Hi, this is Dr. J with Dental Masters, and we are here to bring you some tips to help you with your oral health. And today we're going to talk about flossing. May seem exciting, maybe not, but it's very important. So flossing, let's go ahead and talk about 3 things that will make your life easier to develop a habit. And yes, I do want you to develop a flossing habit. Water picks and other things, if you have to use them, you have to use them, but there's no substitute for flossing between especially teeth. Implants and other things. We can talk about that some other time. So first, pick a floss that you like. That may sound silly, but there's all kinds of flosses: thick floss, thin floss, long floss, wax floss, braided floss, every kind of floss. So I don't get paid by this company. I happen to use a floss which is called Glide. It's a tape. That just is what fits between my teeth comfortably and allows me to do the technique that I do properly and to be consistent with it. So pick a floss that works for you. Number 2, bleeding means go, not stop. So if you see bleeding when you floss, that means continue on. Why is the bleeding happening? Well, if you're just starting this habit or you don't floss very frequently, then there's plaque and bacteria that's sitting between the teeth, underneath the gums, and your immune system, which is really complicated and amazing, it's sending out cells to try to get rid of that, which often can cause damage, but that's another topic as well. But that bleeding is there as basically inflammation. It's your body's way of trying to get rid of that. So when you're flossing, it's gonna cause the bleeding to erupt, so to speak, or you're going to see some bleeding that seeps out. So keep flossing. If you have a spot that's bleeding more, work that spot a little bit harder, or I won't say harder, but more, spend a little more time there. And you'll see day 2, day 3, that it's going to bleed less and less and become more comfortable. So again, bleeding means go, not stop, unless of course you're slamming the floss into your gums. That's a different discussion as well. But in the normal context of flossing, if you see some bleeding, please continue to move forward. Number 3 is a little bit about the technique. So I don't want you just to go. I see this a lot of times when I ask people to floss, is they just pop it in, pop it out, pop it in, pop it out, pop it in, and they're just like jamming it, and they're like closing their eyes because it hurts. You don't need to do all that. Okay, keep it simple. So you're just going to you're going to put the floss up on the top part of the tooth where the 2 teeth connect, and you're just going to lightly bump it through. You don't even have to touch the gums. Next, you're going to wrap it around the tooth. This takes a little bit of practice. And then you're going to scrub up and down. Now, there's 2 teeth there, isn't there, when you put that floss in that you're working on. So that's why the whole pop, 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 that doesn't work. So bump it down, wrap it, and scrub. Then you're going to simply flip your fingers around and feel the other tooth or the other surface and scrub that one, and then pull it out. Go to the next one, bump it through. Remember, not chicka 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 chicka. Can't do any of that stuff. That doesn't do anything. It's a habit, but it's not a good one. So the 3 things: pick a floss that works, that's comfortable. Remember to keep flossing if you see bleeding, especially with the proper technique, and the proper technique is find the tooth where they connect, bump it through very lightly, wrap it, and scrub. Bump, wrap, scrub. Hopefully this information was helpful. I hope you can develop a flossing habit at least once a day. We'll shoot for twice a day once we get the once a day piece down. And if you like the information that we provided, go ahead and hit the like or subscribe button, and we'll look forward to bringing you more tips and information to brighten and whiten your smile.